I'm doing all right. I got my car back from the mechanic at a price I didn't expect. That's life, but I'm here. I'm happy.
Yeah, I just realized my mic was muted while I said all that shit. But anyway, doesn't matter, because here with me, as always, is my hetero life mate, Jeremy. What's going on, my man?
I'm doing all right.
You know,
Got my car back from the
it's,
mechanic
I'm hearing a lot of shit in this mic, and I can't even hear myself talk. However, I'm here, I'm green, room's green, and you know what? Just for all of you, I saved this. Just for the moment. It's gonna go. Give me 1 second. Woo, there it goes. And it dropped. I quite literally dropped the ball. There we go. And you know, you can just call me One-Eyed Patrick today. Is it part of the outfit? Did I actually hurt myself? You'll never know.
You'll never know. You have to follow him on Twitter. You have to give him hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good shit.
What is going on to everybody in the chat? Busy already, starting out with Heist Man Defoe, my brother from another mother. What is cracking, my man? Go check out his channel as well. Let's see, there's Lady Cora in the chat. She's running the wrench stuff. There's my son is starting his own movie channel called Movie Talk. Go check him out. He'll be talking about a bunch of stuff. And of course, Rachel's in there. And of course, the Stream Elements bot's going to be bothering you guys, reminding you to donate if you want to at the Stream Elements link down below. And Penny the Pooh, as always, starting out. What's up, Pooh? But hey, a whole lot to go into tonight. Plenty of stuff. Lady Cora, where are we starting out tonight with our first story?
With some sad news, William Hurt, who became a top leading man in the 1980s, winning an Oscar for the 1985 Kiss of the Spider Woman and starring in The Big Chill and Body Heat, died Sunday of natural causes. He was 71. Hurt was nominated for 4 Oscars over the course of his long career, scoring 2 Best Actor nominations for Broadcast News and Children of a Lesser God, and a supporting actor nod for less than 10 minutes of screen time in A History of Violence. More recently, Hurt became well known to a younger generation of movie lovers with his portrayal of the no-nonsense General Thaddeus Ross in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Frank, what are some of your memories of William Hurt?
Oh, too many to really go into, but it's interesting when you think about his career, how some of his earliest stuff that made him known is still so very relevant. If you look at the two that were mentioned, you know, that you mentioned in the lead-in right off the top, Broadcast News, it is one of the first entertainment properties that went kind of behind the scenes of a news broadcast. So you could say that Broadcast News was kind of a forerunner to one of my personal favorite shows that Jeff Daniels
HBO one?
Was that?
The HBO one?
Yeah, the Newsroom, the one that was on HBO.
Yeah, that's it.
Jeff Daniels. Yeah. It was kind of a precursor to that. Also, the other one, Children of a Lesser God, one of the movies that is nominated for an Oscar this year is Coda, Children of Deaf Adults. And in Children of a Lesser God, it's kind of the same thing. He plays a professor that falls in love with one of his students who is deaf, who ironically is played by Marlee Matlin, who is in this movie Coda. She has built a great career for herself as well, being one of the few very successful actors in Hollywood to have hearing problems. I think she's completely deaf. But to me, the one movie that stands out to him, and this is one of my personal favorite films. Where it is on everybody else's list, I couldn't know. But one of my personal favorite films is The Big Chill. It's a very interesting movie. Yeah. It deals with a lot of different things. It deals with grief, because they get together because one of their friends commits suicide. It deals with this weird coming-of-age kind of tale that we don't normally get to see. Because I've said it 100 times, I love coming-of-age movies. They're some of the best movies I've seen. But we always seem to get these ones that are either teenagers kind of getting into their late teens or their 20-year-old lives, and they kind of making that transition. But we never really see the one from like the 20-year-olds that are transitioning into that 30-year-old, where you're full on into adulthood, full time.
It reminds me of
there's no more youth to be had. And I thought
remember
that was
show
one of the great
30-something?
What's that?
It reminded me kind of the TV show 30-something.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I saw Big Chill and 30-something. I didn't quite get it, but now as an adult who's gone past that stage in my life, I go back and I go, oh, yeah.
That movie hits you way different, doesn't it?
100%.
That movie hits you way different once you hit that point in life. And a lot of movies tend to do that, but man, it's some of the stuff this guy's done has been fantastic. And another one that you mentioned was Kiss of the Spider Woman. You know, there's going to be a retro movie review going up tonight that I meant to put up like a week and a half ago. I just got really busy and I haven't been able to put up. there was a movie with Raul Julia that called The Kiss of the Spider Woman, which won William Hurt an Oscar. And in that movie, it addressed transgenderism before anybody really knew anything about it in the 80s. When it was just still, there was a few people out there that everybody thought was weird because they were transgender. They didn't really understand any of it. It was early on in the AIDS epidemic and all that stuff. So there was a lot of stuff that wasn't really well understood. But this movie took a chance and kind of approached that subject with, I thought, a lot of class and a lot of dignity, a lot of respect. In a time where a lot of people just did not know and had a lot of weird, sometimes wrong thoughts about the whole thing. So, I mean, it's so odd that he kind of, he was such an understated actor for most of his career until you get to now and you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, this guy hit hard on a couple of really important movies that you don't think about until times like these. But, Jeremy, what did you think? I mean, obviously, you know him as Thunderbolt Ross. I mean, I know a lot of people out here were kind of hoping that we were gonna see him be Red Hulk at some point, for those of you who know the comic books. But what are some of your memories of John Hurt?
I mean, that's all I can say is that's what I knew him as. When it came up, I was like, wait, who? And then it said from Marvel. I was like, oh, okay. And then, like you said, it doesn't really hit until you start, something like this happens. And I started looking at some of his other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't know he was in, So, I guess in a weird way, it kind of, got me looking into other stuff he's done. Because I mean, I hate to just be like, oh, well, I only know you from this, I don't really have much to say on it other than that because I'm the young whippersnapper. So,
Yeah.
I'm about to change my sign. I already thought of something. Frank will appreciate the hell out of this. So just give me. And that was Rachel. So you saw her. I'll have her put it back up.
But. Yeah, Rachel, what are some of your memories? I know that you're about my age, so you've got to remember a lot of the stuff that he was in back in the 90s.
You mean me?
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
like, she's not on
Rachel, that was first on my head.
Okay.
Like, wait a minute.
Newsroom was a one that was big, and then I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. He played the alter imaginary ego of Kevin Costner, the serial killer character in the movie Mr. Brooks.
Oh, that's right.
That was called Marshall. Fucking fantastic. Really good role there. That's one of my favorite crime movies, so I've seen that multiple times. He is one of those actors, in my experience, you don't realize how many TV shows and movies he has like small roles in, but when you put it all together, you're like, oh, yeah, he was in that. He was in that. He was in that. So he's kind of like peppered all over, Hollywood. He played the dad in Lost in Space, which was a shitty movie, but he did a great job playing it, that role.
Love when that happens. Like a shitty movie, but like the actor's like really fucking good.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes me laugh.
He's done a lot of stuff that he was in just a lot of little things, but broadcast news and like I said, Mr. Brooks are the standouts for me. That I just really stick with me, and his voice was iconic for me. Something about his voice, like he should have a
very unique voice.
He would have done great doing audiobooks or being an NPR reporter or something. So, fantastic actor. I think he's just one of many that, has many talents, but never really shown too bright compared to some of the ones that really stand out, but still is equally valuable.
I noticed, I was watching, a couple of months ago, I was watching Black Widow just to have something on and to watch it late at night. And I noticed a little bit that he was actually in that movie. He was looking kind of frail. He looked a bit peakish. And I thought to myself, well, he's not exactly a spring chicken anymore. I mean, I knew that he was getting on in years, not old by any means,
yeah.
But he was definitely getting up there. So I thought, well, maybe it's just something that happens as you start to hit a certain age. But I wonder if he had some kind of an illness that hadn't been disclosed publicly or something like that, because he looked a little, like I say, looked a little frail. Mm-hmm. He still had a great presence. As soon as he walked in the scene, he looked like he was the guy in charge. But he did look a little thin and a bit peckish, like there was a little bit of extra makeup to make sure that he didn't look too pale. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, they did say that he died of natural causes, and I believe that. So
I will say this: I have a lot of respect for him. made a lifelong pledge to sobriety. I don't know if it was after he had issues or if he just chose to. He fought taking pain meds at the end to respect his fight with sobriety or life of sobriety up until the last week of his life. So, really honorable man.
Very much so in a business where there seems to be so few honorable people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's kind of the way. I don't know, but yeah, definitely. If you guys get a chance, go back and look up some of William Hurt's catalog of great performances. I know he did some stage work and stuff, but I think he was predominantly a film.
A lot of television that I saw that is like supporting roles. So you wouldn't realize how many shows he's been on, kind of thing.
Yeah, but again, just one of those great voices that could convey a lot of different emotions, but with really the same tone of voice. He could be that happy-go-lucky fatherly type. He could be like a Thaddeus Ross and have try to intimidate you just by looking down on you and saying, whatever, go do this. A bit grizzled, an experienced voice, that kind of thing. But yeah, definitely go back and check out William Hurt's work.
Did you see what Alex wrote in the chat?
I did. Dark City, yes. I was not particularly fond of the movie, but I mean, I'm one of the few people. I wasn't blown away by it. It wasn't a bad movie. And also, thank you to A.B. Bowers, the Lone Wolf 1994, for subscribing. Hope you like what you see. Hope you come back for all the good fun that we have here on every Thursday. But yeah, definitely go check him out. And let's go ahead and go on to our next topic, Lady Cora.
Well, there's a new superhero in town. On March 15th, Disney Plus shared the first trailer for its anticipated new series, Miss Marvel, which centers around the MCU's first on-screen Muslim superhero. The trailer introduces Kamala Khan, a Muslim American teenager from Jersey City, who looks up to Captain Marvel, played in the MCU by Brie Larson. Slated to take on the iconic character is newcomer Iman Vellani, who was originally announced to star in September 2020. Not only does it mark Vellani's first ever on-screen role, but she is already set to star in another big MCU project next year, a Captain Marvel sequel titled The Marvels, alongside Larson and Teyana Paris. Jeremy, what did you think of the first trailer?
Considering I didn't see it. Not like I can see a lot of things right now. Yeah.
You just can't see it in more than like one dimension.
Yeah, it's I just couldn't quite feel the depth of this. I don't know why. It just wasn't. It's like it was there, but it wasn't. I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
What do you think of the idea of a kid geared towards series where it's all about kids and maybe meant for kids?
I mean, if it's meant for kids, I don't know.
It looks like it in the trailer. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's like we're all, I guess. Well, I'm not quite as. I know I just said I was a whippersnapper like half an hour ago. But maybe it's, because we're older and we're just like, what the fuck? I don't know. There's that point to where you're just like, where you don't feel like, okay, this is not for me, because obviously I'm not, 15 years old.
What did you think right before the show? If it has a Nickelodeon feel to it?
I thought so. I thought it definitely had.
I know what
it
you
was
mean.
something like that Degrassi, the Next Generation show, which I watched and I couldn't get into, but it feels kind of like that. It's definitely going to have a lot of, because we got a little bit of the teenage vibe with stuff like the Spider-Man films with Tom Holland. We've gotten a little bit of that there, but I think this is probably going to go even a little bit younger than that, and he's not just going to be. It's not just going to be. It's not just going to be her fighting the supervillains. It's going to be her dealing with, how to ask a boy out to the dance and all this other stupid adolescent shit, while she's trying to figure out how to deal with these powers that have manifested themselves inside of her body. Now, I don't know if they're going to do. I don't know how strict they're going to be to the comic book with all this, because I know in the comic book she has a certain set of powers, but I've also read that her powers in this TV show are going to be a lot different than what they are in the comic book. They're kind of redoing a lot of stuff. I don't really mind that. I don't really know much about the comic book, but I thought it looked fun. I mean, look, they haven't swung and missed a lot in the Marvel stuff. They haven't swung and missed a lot in the Disney Plus stuff on either the Marvel
this doesn't
or the
feel
Star
too
Wars
kiddish
side.
to you?
What's that?
It doesn't feel too kiddish to you?
But that's the theme. Marvel does these themes with their individual properties. Like Spider-Man is more of a John Hughes kind of thing, which I think this has got a bit of a John Hughes feel to it.
Okay.
Captain America have been like political thrillers, whereas the Thor stuff has been this outer worldly stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and Ant-Man's been like a heist film. So if they're gonna make like a Nickelodeon kids show out of this, then I mean whatever. It's just a different theme, and
Okay.
I'm excited to see it because, like I said, Marvel's not done a whole lot wrong. I mean, their
No, but
casting's been spot on, their writing's been great, the settings have been great. It's like
I will say
I'm
this.
just like, give it to me. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good.
The visual special effects in the trailer looked pretty good because a lot of it seems to be of her becoming the superhero and building up a foundation of how she's just a normal average kid who fantasizes and has these dreams of being a superhero, and she's constantly occupied with these daydreams of saving people, and she visualizes it, and we see that on screen, and then someone in front of her snaps their fingers and go, "Hey, back here, what are you doing?" So I will say I would be willing to watch it just for the sake of keeping up with the MCU shit and the special effects, but I probably won't like it a lot.
That's what I was saying. I was about to say is like, does this? I know we talked about these have different types of themes, but they all seem to fit together in this Marvel universe. I'm like, well, the thing is though, I don't want this to feel like alienating in a weird way. That like, well, it's kind of more kiddish than.
That's my concern.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, if we're all sitting here and we kind of like, if we don't really like it because it seems too much like kid stuff, like I said, I'd want to do it so I could keep up on it too, but I don't want to feel like I'm like
I would
like I'm
probably only
watching like
watch
some
it once.
not like I'm watching some like preteen Nickelodeon show trying to be Marvel,
Like
I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
go from watching to Loki to this, wanting to watch them again and again. I might
Yeah.
watch this once, and that's it.
To be fair, I said I didn't watch the trailer, so I can't really be as harsh. But if that's I'm saying I just wouldn't want it to feel like that.
That's what it feels like for me.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe it's different because I don't have children and I don't watch a lot of children's content.
I don't know.
And I don't know. But
Well,
that's just where I'm at.
that segues perfectly into Frank. Did you see what I put on my sign?
Give me a second to look. I'm doing
Fuck
a bunch
you,
of
I
things
know
right now.
Smith. Smitty.
No, just fuck you. I know shit.
Oh, I couldn't read it small.
He knows exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Fuck you. I know shit. Yeah, definitely not kid centric. That also harkens back to this. This is now just for today a special edition Boondock Saints Russian killer, which actually that makes a lot more sense than it should. That's actually kind of funny. So no Han Solo pistol today, but we got this. So
Well,
Yeah.
and since it
Spirit
is
to
St.
Santa.
Patty's Day, I'll remind you guys I have my Boondock Saints lamp right there with my
Careful,
my
Jeremy. You
dual-
might shoot your
my
eye
dual
out.
Silenced weapons.
I can't. Do you see that big? Yeah. You see how fake that is? That's all right. We're starting with the jokes earlier, aren't we? She already made a fucking joke on the way here. So be careful. Don't shoot your eye out. I'll just let the Russians get you.
But yeah, I'm still kind of excited by this. Look, I can deal with it being a little bit more kid focused.
You don't think you're saying that because you're a dad?
No,
Okay.
look. There's a lot of things that I couldn't have liked about a lot of stuff that Marvel's done.
I think it's saying like we don't want to be able to like not still get into it. I think is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to, watch this and be like I can't because it's too much of a kid thing or it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I get what you're
think this is
saying.
going to be fun. Look, let's be honest. Marvel's going to keep it adult enough to keep. Look, this is what Disney's been.
I don't know from this trailer.
No, but
Frank.
this is what. Look, think about Disney for a second. Disney has done this for decades. They have managed to put these little innuendos and little jokes in there to keep adults interested in
For the
stuff.
parents.
I mean, look, there are some kind of adult innuendo jokes in all the Toy Story movies.
Well, let's look at Shrek. Okay,
All-
enough said.
Shrek
That's not
is another
really-
one. It's like they have these jokes that are over the kids' heads, but they get the adults just right and keep the adults into it.
That's not
So-
a Disney movie to be fair.
Yes.
But it is still yeah.
So I don't see any reason why they won't do the same kind of thing with this. Now it may not be as overt and over the top. Maybe it'll be a little bit of double entendre here and there, but there probably won't be any jokes between anything too much between adults and children. But at the same time, I mean they'll do what they got to do to keep the adults interested in stuff like that, to keep the hardcore Marvel fans interested more than anything else. But
Maybe it's
I'll
not-
watch it once.
I don't want it to be too much like the I had a weird I had to look back a little bit when I watched the first It movie. And I'm like, I'm like, are these really how you think kids are portrayed? I'm like, I know I was obnoxious and like, I don't know how old they're supposed to be. I'm like, yeah, maybe they're dropping curse words, but I'm like, I feel like it was trying way too hard to the point where it was like annoying, and I wanted to punch every single one of them in the fucking face. I'm like, I don't know. That's
A
what
lot of the
felt.
trailer showed her in school, talking to school counselor,
That's fine.
talking to
I'm
her
like,
friends, being in class.
I know
It
they're
didn't
not getting
feel
killed by
like
a not getting killed by a killer clown that comes back every 32 years. I'm just saying that felt like it's like, hey, here's what kids do, right? And here's how they talk and act. I'm like, no. I mean, maybe because I want to punch them in the face, but like, I don't know. Hopefully not.
yeah.
I don't know.
One of my favorite scenes in this trailer that we saw
Okay.
when it's towards the end where she says, "I'm a superhero," and then she runs away, just kind of like jumping around like a kid. And now she could have flown away.
Right.
She could, but no, she's a kid at heart. I think that scene tells me that they're going to stay true to who she is as a child, but still have her with some superhero powers that can kind of kick ass when she needs to. So that to me says that this is probably going to have like a good balance of the two.
It's like, yeah, I know we didn't see Tom Holland do that when he became Spider-Man, but it's like, then like some harsh shit just came down on him, and he kind of, it got dark. Maybe that's the arc. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you were a kid that age and you were all of a sudden had superpowers and something you wanted your whole life and you got him, it's like, oh my god, that would be amazing. But then you start realizing what comes with it, and then I'm like, that might be her arc. Maybe it'll start, getting kind of
coming
real.
of age in a very short time period.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have to grow up real fast because now you have powers. Now you have to deal with all this other shit that comes with it. With great power comes great responsibility.
Especially if they're promising that she's doing a movie with the actual Captain Marvel.
Right.
So this is a lead into that.
He's been out of the universe. He's seen some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for all this. I think it's going to be pretty good. Now, is it going to be different? Yeah. And I'm okay with different, because I still want it to be kind of new. I want them to go a different path and to kind of explore the universe a little bit. But yeah, I think this is going to be fun. And I don't really mind the fact that it might be geared a little more towards kids. That doesn't bother me at all, because I've enjoyed when my daughter used to watch it. I would sit and watch iCarly with her. I was entertained by that show. Why can't I be entertained by this? It looks like it might be slightly more serious.
See, that's the dad card. That's the dad card.
That might be the dad
right
in me
there.
that's like, okay, whatever. I'll watch some stuff with my kid that I watch on my own for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I knew part of it. Part of your excitement about this is, I would say maybe 25% of your interest in this is the dad card.
See,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
But that's the thing is, all my kids are kind of grown up past this stuff. So it's like, I don't have to watch the younger kind of Nickelodeon shit anymore.
Right.
But because this is Marvel, I'm going to watch this because obviously it's going to have some ties to the larger MCU.
Well, at
obviously
least
she's going to be in the Marvels movie coming up next year. I mean, so obviously there's going to be other stuff involved here. And we don't know what characters are going to show up in this movie yet. I've heard that maybe there's going to be a She-Hulk thing, but I don't know that that's for sure.
She-Hulk is supposed to happen, so, maybe it could tie in.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of cool, like, villain ass-kicking going on, which is going to be fun to watch on its own. So, I don't know. I'm okay with what they give me. I'm pretty sure it's going to kick ass.
At least it's not like the Book of Boba Fett. You know she's in this.
We know he was in there.
All but most of the last 2 episodes.
Just saying, she's in
I can almost forgive you.
She's in the preview. She's in the preview.
Now, so was he. I can almost forgive you for the fact you came in and rode the Rancor, but man, it was cutting it close.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm confident. Like I said, Marvel has not missed a whole lot, so I'm going to give Marvel the benefit of the doubt. So even though I am kind of like, you're leaning into Nickelodeon, even Nick Jr. territory in some spots. I'm going to be okay with this. I'm going to let Marvel do what Marvel does, because they haven't disappointed me yet.
You know.
You think it's possible that that's just the beginning, like the first episode, and then it'll take off into a more serious...
That's what I was saying. Maybe those will be an arc. It'll start getting more serious.
Well, yeah, it's the first trailer, so we don't know yet. So... Yeah, we don't know anything yet. I'm trying.
Maybe we're all old and grumpy in our old age. Just bitter. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Been through it.
But yeah, I'm trying to drag out a little bit here so I forgot to set up the whole movie ticket giveaway thing before the show because my dumb ass got distracted by YouTube, which usually happens.
That happens to me, man. Trust me.
So tell us about your beard, Jeremy. That looks like it's very appropriate for the A day.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I put it up there and I was like, here, I'll even wait. I even waited to open this for you guys. Let it, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day. I kind of feel bad that I didn't really, I didn't watch the movie as per tradition. I at least watched the Boondock Saints on St. Patrick's Day, but you know,
there's always later tonight.
yeah, true.
It's not over yet.
True. It may or may not have anything to do with my eye, but I totally didn't do something to.
Yeah,
That's totally a character.
The eye patch is just all for the outfit, right?
It weirdly it works.
It does.
You know what? I even could have made it a more adult joke. I said, "Yeah, you can call me One Eye Patrick." I could have called myself One Eye Willie. That would have been a lot funnier. Thank you. You laughed too. That would have been so much, so much funnier.
I like what Rachel said. She said that you should call yourself Grim without the eye.
No, I already
GRM.
got that in the car right here. Trust me, she already made that fucking joke. I didn't know what she meant. I was like, "Call me what?" She's like, "It's Grim without the eye." I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Without the eye, though, it looks like she meant to say germ. So
yeah,
you're a
then
germ,
that's how you get that's how you get punched in the face. That's like
or German.
Well, I mean, I am German, but like that's
You're Jeremy German. There we go. You're Jeremy German. You're not a Grim.
Sounds like the coronavirus started in Germany, not fucking. I think we're done with the worldwide events. I think we learned twice in the same century was enough.
And of all the nights for your mom not to be in the chat when you're wearing an eye patch.
Yeah.
Well, she already knows. She already knows. She's a nurse, so she already trusts me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Frank, have you worn that hat in public before?
I have worn this hat so many times.
Oh boy.
Oh, what happened to our stream? Hello.
What happened to the stream?
I don't know. Everything just went. Oh, you're doing the.
I know. I'm
okay.
with it.
You scared the shit out of me just now.
It's my fault.
Everything just went dark. Bravo 6, going dark. Mission failed. We'll get him next on.
Jeremy, you didn't watch Boondock Saints. You broke the tradition.
You said there was still time.
Well, we watched it. I mean, we can watch it tonight. I've got both of them on DVD. I'm good.
Yeah, I do too. Like I said, that's No, I've been fucking asleep the last like day and a half.
Your other eye will die tomorrow before you wake up if you don't watch the movie tonight.
Well, if by the context of the movie, this means one of their guns didn't go off and somebody fucked up. Go to the back of the head, crisscrosses, and then kicks it up both the eyes. Like, yep, somebody missed.
But on that note, I want to remind you guys that we do have a Patreon. And for just $5 a month, for supporting us for just $5 a month, you get a chance to win $25 in free movie tickets every month. We will be giving that away here in just a few minutes. But we do this not because we want to help the movie production companies make a bigger box office. We really want to do this to support the people at the movie theaters, the people who work at the box office, the people who work at the concession stand. They took a real big hit during the pandemic. It's been a tough couple of years for everybody in the theater business. I really want to try to promote people to get out and go to the theaters. There is a full release schedule coming now. We're closer and closer to the end of all the pandemic stuff. We've got a lot of great movies coming out that we've been waiting to see for the last couple of years. Get out there, go see movies, and hopefully, if you support us on Patreon, you get a chance to go see $25 worth of movies on us. We're there. We may as well give away, in a St. Patrick's Day themed type of name picker, we're going to give away $25 in free movie tickets right now. I've never used this one before, so I hope this works out very well. Hopefully I just have to click on it and make it work.
We'll find out.
It says, oh, that's how it works. Jennifer, yay!
Congrats, Mrs. Harsh Truth.
I take her to so many movies a year.
Good.
You know, it works out great for her because she hasn't had a chance to go see Uncharted or Batman yet because she was deep into her Girl Scout this time of year.
Fair enough.
So we have been trying to set some time aside to go to a Batman Uncharted doubleheader one of these days. So we're probably gonna double feature. So now Jennifer gets to pay for those movies because she's won $25.
Picture show.
Thank you so very much, Jennifer, for supporting the channel. We really do appreciate it. For supporting it in so many ways. Because she is my girlfriend, I love her dearly. But I do want to thank all the great Patreon members that we have. You guys really are fantastic. I want to thank Jeremy, who's a Patreon member. Thank you very much. Rachel, who's a supporter on Patreon. Casey is Raw. You can check him out at his channel in the link down below. Also, my girlfriend Jennifer, of course, and Gatekeeper Drew from the Derailed News and Podcast. Link to his description down below as well. Thank you all you guys for supporting us like that on Patreon. And if you want to support us on Patreon and get a chance to win $25 in free movie tickets once a month, the link is in the description below. Thank you very much. Now, also don't forget, I don't have a thing for it yet, but we also do have a Discord. I'm trying to get more and more active in the Discord, putting some random thoughts about stuff in there to get some of the conversation going in there. I've been doing a little bit better about it lately. But go check us out on Discord where the movie discussion never stops. Again, we're not really big on non-spoiler shit there either. So if you haven't seen a movie and don't want to hear us talk about the spoilery shit, you might want to go see the movie before you get too involved. But hey, go down in the Discord and we'll be talking movies there all the time as well. Hey, Lady Cora, what is our next topic for this evening?
Well, Ryan Reynolds announced over Twitter that his third film is it Levy or Levy?
Levy.
Levy trilogy will be a bit more stabby. Yes, that's stabby. Yes. Reynolds will be teaming up with Free Guy and the Adam Project director Sean Levy for the third installment of the Deadpool franchise. While the plot and release date are still unknown, it's obvious that Reynolds and Levy have an awesome chemistry. The Deadpool films are high-grossing X-Men films, or the highest-grossing X-Men films of all time, each earning over $780 million worldwide. Frank, what do you think of the news? And if I'm correct, it has the same writers as the first two. Correct?
I believe so. All I know is I'm excited as shit. It's like, because Free Guy I thought was an awesome movie.
Yes, it's fantastic.
And we'll get into it in a minute. I really, really liked the Adam Project. I thought it had a very kind of E.T. kind of kids, not a kids movie, but it was a very great nostalgic kind of film. I can't knock this at all. For one, I want Deadpool 3 very badly for obvious reasons because the first two have been fantastic, especially the first one. But I mean, these two guys, they obviously work well together. And look, we get what we get from Ryan Reynolds in pretty much all his movies, the quick wit, stuff like that. I mean, obviously we're not always going to get some of the R-rated humor, but yeah, I'm ready. And look, let's think for just a minute about the list of movies that Sean Levy has been involved with. He directed and produced the Night at the Museum films, Date Night, which is a funny movie, Real Still, which I think is a little underrated, the one with Hugh Jackman, Free Guy, obviously, and the Adam Project. Those are the ones that he directed and produced. And that stuff, dude, those movies have been well liked by a lot of people. He also is a producer on the Cheaper by the Dozen movies, one of the Pink Panther movies, 1 and 2. The Watch, which was a really, really funny movie with Ben Stiller and a bunch of guys. The Arrival, which was a really, really good movie. It was kind of a bit of a slow burn kind of sci-fi thing, but I really liked it. Not to mention, he's also one of the producers on Stranger Things, which is one of my favorite shows. So,
is that still going, or is it over, by the way?
The last season is coming up.
Yeah, it's like the final season's coming.
I've been waiting to watch it till it was over.
The last season is coming up. But, I mean, look, this guy right now, he's on a hot streak with a lot of really great properties that have drawn a lot of really, really critical success.
He's a hot director to get a hold of, so it's pretty great he's doing this then.
Well, and it works out really, really well between him and Ryan Reynolds. So when you got two guys, I mean, look what why am I drawing a blank? Kid, Titanic.
Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Look what Leo and Scorsese do all the time. Every time they make a movie, it's thrown in there for an Oscar nom. It gets a couple Oscar nominations. I mean, they don't even try.
Yeah.
And they get Oscar nominations whenever they get together. I mean, so when you find a director and an actor that work very well together and they mesh well and their chemistry is great, and they have all the same ideas and they can flesh them all out the same way, why wouldn't it work? I think this is going to be fantastic, especially considering that Disney/Marvel has made the decision not to dull it down to a PG-13. They're going to go ahead and keep it rated R. So I'm down with it. Jeremy, what do you think? I know you're just as eager as me to see Deadpool 3 hit the theaters.
Oh, hell yeah. That's we always wanted that would be the joke because of like with Marvel being under Disney, it's like it's gonna be meta as shit. He's gonna walk out there and he's gonna want to drop an F-bomb and he's like, I can't, damn it, I can't.
Then they said in the article that Disney came out saying we're not gonna fuck with Deadpool. We're gonna let it be Deadpool rated R.
You don't want to do that. Trust me. It's like the same thing with Logan. It's like, no, it needs to be and deserves to be R-rated. Like it's the same with
Yeah.
Deadpool. It wouldn't be right or the same if you didn't do it that way. Now I'm like, if it hadn't been like, yeah, you could make a lot of jokes with Deadpool because he could, be self-aware that like, ah, damn it, I'm here with Disney. I can't, guys, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's never adult. It's never a dull moment with Deadpool. So it's a lot of fun to watch those movies, man. It's always a good laugh.
Yeah, I'm totally stoked. I mean, I know you've probably seen a lot of the movies in that list, Cora. I mean, are you interested to see what kind of work these guys do together again? I mean,
I am. I really like the first Deadpool movies, the first two, and I mean, I've liked everything he's done. So I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, this multiverse. That's
Who
when he's gonna come
directed
in.
the first two Deadpool movies?
the first one was, oh hell, I forget.
So not the same person. So it's basically like each movie's a different director.
Yeah, the first
Okay.
guy, he didn't come back for whatever reason. I think he wanted to go. I think the guy who directed the first one wanted to back off a little bit on some of the R-rated stuff, but not quite make it PG. And Ryan Reynolds kind of wanted to keep going kind of hardcore to the R-rated stuff.
So they were able to. I didn't even know there were different directors. So if they can continue the continuity of the idea of Deadpool from different directors, then it's probably going to still be fantastic. That was my only concern of breaking continuity of vibe of the movie. But
You're worried about a character that breaks the fourth wall. You're talking about breaking continuity.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's
because
the
he
thing.
sees him in the X-Men house. He's like, it's wondering. I only see like two of you guys. Like the student had the budget for it or some shit. Like walks away. I'm like, see.
I want them to keep that vibe, and I hope they
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
The director change doesn't change that. That's my thing.
Nah.
Yeah. You think there'll be a fourth Deadpool, or do you think they're going to end up like really finalizing the end of it?
You can make 20 Deadpools and I'd still watch them.
That's one of the fun things about Deadpool is you don't have to restrict it to 3 movies. You can just as long as Ryan Reynolds wants to keep doing goofy shit, he can just do goofy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because while he's a part of this larger comic book universe, he does very much kind of operate on his own.
Yes.
So
That's why I think with this multiverse of madness, like we were just talking about, he might pop in for a second, like, "Hey, how you guys doing? Oh my gosh, Professor X!" And then, and like him and Hugh Jackman are good buddies. Like I know he hung up the claws, as it were, but I'm like, just one more little funny in there as Wolverine. One more go fuck yourself moment, and then he just leaves.
Also,
Come
tell
on.
me, how badass is this like play off of the Adam project that Ryan Reynolds put up there?
The Twitter one with the 3 characters.
Yeah,
and
isn't that just a dope
that
ass
was
poster?
beautifully done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, I love that shit, and it's a very Ryan Reynolds way of saying it too. The third film in my Sean Levy trilogy will be a tad more stabby.
I like it.
It's Deadpool.
We all know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited for. Look, like I said, you get 2 guys together that have great chemistry, that know how to get good things out of each other. It's going to be awesome. Now, is it going to win an Oscar like Scorsese and DiCaprio do on the regular? Probably not, because we know that the Academy is a bunch of genrecists. That's one of the reasons why Spider-Man: No Way Home didn't get more Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
It's just real. But yeah, it's fun. This can only be a good thing. So I'm really excited.
I'm curious when they'll have it out, because I'm guessing it'll be at least 2 years before we see it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, they don't have a release date or a plot or anything that I have found. But yeah, I would imagine it's not going to be too long. There is some special effects because the budget for the movies have always been kind of on the low end. I can't imagine that a lot of it's like really, really heavy special effects. There's probably going to be a few scenes that are going to be pretty heavy CGI, but most of it's all just done practically. That's one of the beautiful things about the Deadpool movies is they don't cost $250 million to make. I think the first.
They
Deadpool
haven't
movie only
confirmed
cost like
any of the
$85.
other actors, though. He's the only one that's confirmed. So it'll be interesting if they're going to bring in the same people, or someone said in the chat, I think it was your son, maybe. I'm sorry for whoever it is, I missed it. Are they going to use this to tie in the X-Men finally to MCU?
I
mean, that was definitely Patrick Stewart talking. So
yeah, well,
maybe.
Well, remember, Patrick Stewart is going to, in some way, shape, or form, play Xavier
Correct.
in Doctor Strange 2. So I think that we're going to get some small introduction to the X-Men in that movie. As far as a larger introduction, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in the MCU is what they've said, but I don't know how big of a part he's going to play. I don't think they're going to make him an Avenger.
No, that's the thing I was going to mention. Somebody on TikTok, like they were looking at Ryan Reynolds' Twitter, and it's like, yeah, this is him. Look, this is him. And his little tag, all it said was MCU, here I come. I was like, what? Ryan, what? Don't leave that there. Don't just tell me that. So this has got to be it. And what capacity this is going to be in, I don't know. Because like I said, with this multiverse movie, like, you know, we have this fucking Tom Cruise Iron Man. It's like, yeah, I don't want to see you for more than like a minute on screen either, but to just be funny for the lulz, I suppose. I don't know. You better if he. I already see it now, and I hate that my mind just fabricated this little shot. Like if it, you know, like he's there, and then like he introduces himself, and he just boom, takes off in the suit. And he fucking just like he presses his chest a little button, starts playing Highway to the Danger Zone. He just blasts out of the fucking place as Iron Man. Like, dude, fuck yourself. I see it. I just see Highway to the Danger Zone, and him taking off as Iron Man. Like, okay. He's like, I got the need for speed. There he goes. I don't know.
Yeah, but and good night, movie talk. That's my son, by the way. He's headed off to bed. He's got school tomorrow.
Right.
But Casey is raw. Just jumped in the chat. What's up, my brother?
Fuck you, Casey.
The $25, Casey, and you did not win this. Sorry.
Stop being a gremlin in Frank's computer and fucking it up.
I know. Somewhere, Casey was sitting in the corner of his game room, and he was like, it worked on Betty White, so I'm going to do it here.
All right.
I hope Frank's computer screws up.
Oh, good God.
Tomorrow is his 40th birthday. He wants us to tell him happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, you little fucker.
I will put on I will put on my best
you know what? There you go.
Dress, and I will stand on the grate, and I will sing you happy birthday while I hold my dress down.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Birthday, Mr. Raw.
Oh, Jennifer, don't act like you didn't enjoy that visual.
Oh, yeah.
You better take video, damn it.
Open my mouth. Do an address. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. We are terrible, terrible people.
Oh, that's okay.
But, yeah, I'm excited. So go down in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Ryan Reynolds is going to be teaming back up with Sean Levy again to do Deadpool 3. I'm excited. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's anything bad about this. I'm really confident in this.
Except
I think
the
it's gonna be
weight.
fun.
Right.
Bottom line is just get this damn thing in front of a camera. I've been wanting Deadpool 3 for a long time. Now the only thing that worries
Ohio,
me,
so Frank and Jeremy can be extras.
I'll do it. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
The only thing that gets me is they haven't announced any more of a cast. So it's like right now it's like just Ryan Reynolds, which is kind of obvious, and they don't have anybody else. Now, what's the one guy's name? TJ, whatever the hell his name is, TJ Miller. I know he's got caught up in some of that Me Too stuff in Hollywood, so I don't know if they're going to have him back or not, or if maybe enough time has passed.
What about
shooting with him again? I don't know, but
what about Cable?
That's the other thing. Is
Josh Brolin?
Do you bring?
Yeah,
Cable
Josh
back?
Brolin. Maybe because
would it be cool?
In the article I read, he hadn't been confirmed at all.
Would it be cool to see Cable versus Thanos? Not even just versus Thanos, just in the same scene.
That'd be great. Because you know Deadpool's gonna make it some.
Just Thanos walk in for a minute and be like, "Who the hell are you?"
Right. I mean, he did call him Thanos at one point. Like, zip it, Thanos. He's so dark. Are you sure not from the fucking DC universe?
I think that would be great fun. But anyway, go in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy teaming up for the third time to do Deadpool 3. And Lady Cora, what is the next story that we're talking about tonight?
Well, speaking of, let's talk about the second film in the Levy trilogy, The Adam Project, which is getting rave reviews from fans and critics alike. The consensus on Rotten Tomatoes says, quote, "You've seen Ryan Reynolds do this sort of thing before, but The Adam Project offers slickly entertaining and occasionally even moving sci-fi action," end quote. The film currently has a 68 out of 78 critic audience score on the site and is the highest viewed title on Netflix. Jeremy, you just watched it today. What did you think?
Did. You know, would have watched it yesterday if I could actually have seen.
Well, watching it with one eye is a little bit of a different experience, so we understand it's one-sided.
Yeah, it's like I really couldn't fit the whole dimension in there, especially the fourth dimension, which is time. I thought. I mean, actually, I know I got jokes. I thought it was pretty good. And like you said, it was like it's Ryan Reynolds, so there's always still that like quirky, goofy, that he does. And I could genuinely believe that even the kid playing opposite him, which is his younger self, it still felt like I could believe, like, yeah, that'd be Ryan Reynolds as a kid. I could believe it. Okay, I hate them saying Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, because it's just basically him. Just as if, but you can still believe he's like from 30 some years in the future, time traveling back.
Yeah.
And you're right. It did have some pretty heavy emotional stuff in there too. Even just there's some quirky stuff. There's some there's some pretty sweet action stuff, and then there's some emotional shit in there. It was a pretty rounded movie, and for having to watch it with one eye, I thought it was pretty.
Did you watch it again?
I would definitely watch it again. Yeah.
With both eyes.
Hopefully with both eyes this time.
Yeah, to me it was part E.T., part Super 8, part Star Trek.
Oh, I like that.
Dash of the Marvel feel to it, even though it's not a Marvel MCU film.
Yeah, even though we totally see, because when he said MCU here I come, like, well, we have Deadpool, we have Hulk in this movie. Where are we going with this? I'm like, is that Professor Banner? Is that what we're doing?
I was about to say it was. It seems to be have been cast really well, and I really like that they use Mark Ruffalo because he really is such a dynamic actor.
Well, wait. Also, Elektra was in this movie, so that also got me wondering. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner was in this.
Yeah, a lot of heavy superhero feeling in here. But I thought the movie was great. It was a combination of all these great elements from emotional sci-fi things that worked.
Did you like
really
the
well.
ending? I did.
I was hoping, I was like, please don't tell me that didn't get messed up. Oh, it still happened. Yay. That was really
that was actually something Jennifer said as we were watching it. She's like, if they don't get together again at the end of this movie, I'm going to be pissed.
I know. I was so pissed.
I'm
like,
with Guardians of the Galaxies with their other characters.
I was going to say, because Zoe Saldana was in this too.
I want her to fall in love with, what's his face again? So, yeah.
Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, who? Star-Lord?
This movie had it really did kind of have it all, and I thought the emotional level of this film was fantastic because it's like you have Ryan Reynolds in there, and he can crack his jokes, and minor shit like he always does, and that's fine. But if you don't give his character a little bit more depth than that, you can kind of screw this whole thing up. Character did have depth because every character here struggles with a couple of different things at the same time. It's like you have the young version of Adam who's struggling with the loss of his father and the strained relationship with his mother, and then you have the older version of Adam that comes in who's still dealing with this stuff from losing his the memories he has of not treating his mother right, but at the same time he's dealing with the loss of his wife. And then you go back in time, and they both get to see their dad, who they've always kind of both struggled with his death, and even the dad is kind of struggling with some things about how do I continue to follow my passion in science but still be a good dad to my kids. They all this stuff was so well balanced in there because you very easily could have focused on one or two of those things and kind of just had the other things be background noise. But they gave everything kind of just the right amount of weight, kind of equal weight, to keep this movie flowing really, really well, and to get people watching emotionally invested in all the characters in some way, shape, or form.
It was weird that, like, even in the first time we see Zoe Saldana's character, they were only together for a couple minutes in the movie, then they had to leave again already, and I'm like, just in that time, you could still feel like they really felt. It felt like that was a real connection. Like he missed her for all this time, and she'd just been living at her by herself, but like when they just start like, no, you gotta leave, and he's like, God damn it, you have to I was even like, no, don't leave. I know that's probably the best thing, but fuck. And then when she's standing there just staring at, she had her little red dot moment. She was just looking up at that fucking crap, just staring at her like, go ahead, kill me, motherfucker.
Oh, and she was so good too.
Yeah, like
Zoe Saldana was so good in this movie.
That had me, man. God damn. I also didn't know she was left-handed. She was shooting that rifle left-handed. It's just dumb shit I noticed. Just thought it was kind of cool. I noticed little things like that.
But I thought it was fantastic all over the place, and the casting was fantastic. I mean, God, who's the one that plays the bad guy, the bad girl, the bad lady? Why am I drawing a blank on her name?
Yeah,
She was a
I know.
40-year-old virgin. She was the one that.
Yeah, she was the the love interest. I can't remember her damn name. I kept looking at her. I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, but she was fantastic.
Oh my God, what's her name?
I'll look it up.
Catherine, not Heigl.
Catherine. No, it's Catherine something.
Hennigan.
No.
Drawing a blank.
I'm getting it. Hold on. Catherine Keener.
Keener. That's it.
Yes.
Keener.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's pretty
even
awesome.
she was kind of awesome. I could tell the de-aging stuff, though, because they definitely de-aged
Yeah,
her for some of those scenes at the end of the movie, the younger version.
I was
of her,
trying
the older
not to.
version. That was
Yeah,
kind
that-
of obvious. But I mean, come
that
on, it was
Uncanny
Netflix.
Valley
I wasn't
was-
expecting Netflix to be at the forefront of de-aging technology for filming. So
That
I was
Uncanny
like,
Valley
I'll
was
have it.
pretty deep. I couldn't. I'm like, I know. Well, I'm like, well, I was looking. I'm like, well, at least I know which one's supposed to be which, because that one just looks weird. I know it's supposed to be younger her.
Mm.
But yeah, but overall, I mean, again, the movie is just fantastic. The action scenes were great. The stuff with them flying the airplanes was some shit straight out of like Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the way they did kind of everything in this movie. It could have gone so wrong because Netflix has been mostly miss, but sometimes hit with their original stuff. But when they hit, boy, they hit hard. The good stuff is really, really good. But so yeah, that was one of the reasons why going into this I was like, please, please, please don't suck. Netflix has a bad habit of taking really great concepts and fucking them. I was like, but please, I want this to be good. It was really good. Also, there was a picture. God, I wish I'd have grabbed it. Because, no, I'm not much like the rom-coms and the chick flicks and stuff like that, but I did like 13 Going on 30. I thought it was a really funny movie. And Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Gardner are in that movie.
Yep.
And they actually recreated that scene at the end of the movie where they're sitting on their couch in their front yard. Both of them curled up on the bench in the backyard of their house in this movie, kind of like a behind-the-scenes shot.
Oh, nice.
That was actually kind of cool to see. But, yeah, it's just, everything about this movie was just really, really good. And I've been trying to go, I let it slack for a long, long time because I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to put the time into it. But I have been going back and putting some of the reviews up for on my account on Rotten Tomatoes. So I put that out on Twitter, I don't know, a few days ago that I've been trying to get caught up on some reviews for that stuff. So you guys could check out my little paragraph on Rotten Tomatoes about this movie on there. But yeah, overall, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, it was super emotional. Every character got. I mean, they did kind of what Marvel does for the big mashup films. They kind of gave every character a second to shine. One of the funniest parts of the movie is when Mark Ruffalo decides he wants to throw a punch at the older version of his son, and just the way that he kind of like jumped up and threw one foot in the air and threw that weird straight punch like this, I thought was hilarious. I got a big laugh out of me and Jim when we watched it.
I love how he's like, that was a great punch, Dad. I was like, yeah, I think I broke my hand though.
I thought that was a really funny moment. It's like he was trying to be a tough guy, but I was like, no, you're not the Hulk in this. You're not the Hulk in this one.
Aww.
But yeah, I thought it was a tremendously fun movie, and if you get a chance, go watch it. Again, Netflix can be very hit or miss on their original shit, but this is a very good one.
I do have to say, I during the workday, break the monotony of working from home, put random stuff on, and I got into a loop of new movie trailers last week, and one of them was a promo for Netflix showing all the new movies that they're releasing. I'm guessing between now and the end of summer. Basically a new one a week, and they all looked good. So keep your eye out.
Netflix has been pouring a lot of money into their production budgets because they know that Stranger Things is coming to an end. So some of the money they were spending on things they can put on some other things. So they've got
another thing about Netflix, though.
Yeah, they've got a few things.
I saw that they're going to start if you log in from another location from where the account was created, they're going to start prompting you to pay for that secondary. So get your own account if you're sharing.
Yeah, I heard something about that today. I didn't really get a chance to research it because I thought about talking today. But yeah, it's the password sharing they're not very fond of, but whatever. That was never going to last forever anyway. So whatever. That train was gonna leave the station at some point. But yeah, The Adam Project is a fantastic movie. Like I said, if you're a fan of movies like E.T. or Super 8, you're going to dig this movie. It takes a look at youth in this kind of weird, crazy circumstance, and has fun with it. Also, I like the fact this kid was a little smart ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he really was a junior version of Ryan Reynolds.
So I'm saying I could totally believe it was him.
Oh yeah, this is a
Great.
fantastic movie overall. But Jeremy, no unboxings today?
No. I mean, sometimes when I buy like a lot, I'm like, I could just do one a week, but nothing yet. I did actually take a bunch of screenshots of I don't know what this thing, what this company or whatever it was that the whole, you swipe through on Facebook, it's a whole bunch of products and stuff, and it was just all like pop figures, and I'm like, I've never seen these pop figures, and I believe they're real. I'm just gonna screenshot the ones I want to look into. So I've got a whole damn list of ones to maybe try and look and see if I find some. But no, not this week. I'm sorry.
You better get on that. I was kind of used to having the.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm bringing the whole segment down. I'm sorry.
I do want to remind you guys, though, that we are looking at, you can see down there in the corner, 500 subscribers. We've picked up a couple in the last few days.
Yes,
actually, I think we're at 335 now. I think the subscriber thing needs to update. But, 500 subscribers means charity stream. Every donation we get for that stream, and I will plug the hell out of that stream when we finally get there, we'll be going to the Abandoned Pet Project. It's going to help heal injured animals that are abandoned and find them new homes. A lot of these animals that people went and bought as companion animals during the pandemic, some people are just letting them out in the streets. They're returning them back to shelters. Shelters are getting overrun again. And some of these animals are just getting put down. What the Abandoned Pet Project does is they help nurse these animals back to health if they have some serious health issues, and rehome them. So that way, fewer animals are going to be put to sleep. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do anything to help all of them, but if we can help just some of them, that's a good thing. So, Abandoned Pet Project is something that I've been donating to here and there regularly for the last couple of years. You can also go check out channels like Vet Ranch that Matt Carricker does. He is actually a licensed veterinarian, not just a gun enthusiast like myself. But you can actually go and support them through his channel as well. He actually uses the Abandoned Pet Project. He works with them to try to do exactly that, to help nurse animals back to health, give them the medical treatments they need, and then eventually rehome them. And they work through the Abandoned Pet Project to do all that stuff. So you'd be helping them out, helping these animals out, more importantly. And that's what we're going to be doing once we get to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, what the hell's wrong with you? 500 subscribers. We help animals. That's a good thing, right? Yes. Come on. What are you waiting for? Click that little subscribe button. Click the bell. Click the like button, and all that stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do because they're shamefully plugging themselves. Which I generally try to avoid because I think it sounds stupid. But what the hell? I'm trying to get 500 subscribers, damn it. I'm trying to help the channel grow. I'm trying to do good things for the community. I need your help to do those things. But, Jeremy, there is one more piece of news that I kind of left off my main list, but I thought you might be interested to hear. They are filming the final season.
Does he smell like getting out of jail?
No. I'm not talking about that clown anymore. But not Norman Reedus. The other one. Norman Reedus. He was injured on the set of the final season of The Walking Dead. Did you hear about this?
No, but at least it's the final. I can't.
Is he okay?
I mean, I'm just like, oh, well, at least it was the end. I mean, hopefully it's not like a. Yeah, I mean, I hope he's all right. Like, hopefully we got everything done. Like, this doesn't push anything back too far.
He didn't lose an eye, did he?
No. Only Jeremy can lose an eye.
No, that's the governor. We already had that. That's well and gone.
But no, apparently he suffered a not serious head injury while shooting a scene doing something. And this is actually not the first time.
Oh, no. I was going to say, he's hurt himself plenty of times on that show.
I guess they caught on camera him cutting his arm pretty badly shooting a scene. They ended up not using the scene, the footage in the show. But when something about a scene they were filming in a barn, he actually got a good cut on one of his forearms. But
no, if you ever see, I don't know what season it is. You actually look. He has. It might be like right when. I mean, if anyone knows the show, I think it might have been right after like Negan had him in prison for a while. He's got like a pretty. You can't really do anything about this, but he has a pretty prominent like black eye. What it actually was is, I get it. When you're trying to hold that big crossbow, and he was trying to go, you can't really corner around a fucking door with a crossbow like that. And what he did was when he went to go around it, he hit it and it smacked him right in the eye, and it gave him a pretty good black eye during that thing. But they were like worked it into that he got into a fight or something, and it made sense because he'd been kind of beaten a couple times, and he'd been tortured. So I'm like, it made sense. But they're like, yeah, no, it's because he tried to go around a door with a crossbow and he knocked himself right in the fucking eye. So
for those of you who don't know what a close quarter weapon is, a crossbow is not one of them.
Not one of them for sure. No, so yeah, I get it. I've got a Nerf crossbow. Trust me, I tried to corner.
It's okay, we know
with
the
that
crossbow
fucker.
is why your eye is messed up. It's okay.
No, I mean I'm not Norman Reedus, so trust me. I tried to corner with that crossbow in a Nerf fight. It didn't fucking work. I was like, hey, I didn't want some motorized thing. I just wanted a spring gun, so I'm not gonna be quiet. But I kept fucking knocking it into my shoulder and almost broke one of the arms.
Well, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah, so
Since
far.
you didn't get seriously hurt, I can crack on you, which is cool.
Not seriously hurt, but man, that could have been worse. Yeah, luckily I don't think I've see, I haven't really said anything to the contrary. I'm just sitting here like, oh, did I hurt myself? Did I not? You don't know. I'm just dropping a little here and there. I'm like, yeah, I didn't lose any vision. That was nice. At least so I think.
Leave it up to Jeremy.
It's not really my fault. Sorry.
Also, don't forget, what is it on the 1st of April, I believe? Yes, the 1st of April. Kind of around the corner, a couple weeks away. Morbius is going to be coming out. So Monday the 4th, we will be doing our Morbius spoiler review. I have a feeling there's going to be a whole lot of shit to talk about in that review. How is it going to connect to the larger Sony universe? Is it going to have any kind of connection at all to MCU? Don't really know. But yeah, we're looking forward to doing that as well. Do you have any expectations of Morbius now that it's hopefully going to hit theaters? It's one of those movies that got delayed about 250 times by
Fuck you, James Bond.
filming schedules and so on and so on.
You're asking me or her?
Anybody. Jeremy,
Oh, I did. You okay?
I'm a big fan of Jared Leto. Okay,
Jeremy, I love Jared Leto.
he is hot as fuck. I've had a crush on him since I was a kid. He's fantastic.
Oh yeah, and those little slow shots where he comes out with his fucking shirt off, ripped as fuck. He's got his long ass flowy hair. Or is just sitting in her seat like, oh fuck.
All I have to say is my
don't
so-called
blame you.
life. My so-called
Yeah.
life, man. That's where I fell for.
Look, he ain't hard to look at.
No.
I ain't gonna lie.
So, I'm looking forward to it, and that may be the very first show we do when I'm finally in Oregon. I should be arriving that day,
Hey.
Maybe.
day before.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a busy fucking week because Rachel just gets back like that day before. We have that review, and then that's the last thing for the Falcon, and that's also the day that the Lego Star Wars game comes out. So that's gonna be a fucking heavy week. Tell you what. I'm excited for this movie. Sorry. That's, I'm curious to see what this is tying into. Is it supposed to be Sony or is it like actually the Marvel? You know what I mean? Like
I don't know.
I don't
that's what I'm
know.
saying. Is this a Sony thing or is this a Marvel thing? I know this is Marvel. We can say like with Spider-Man. Like I get that, but what? Because like we said, there's that little thing that in that alleyway that's got Spider-Man on it says murderer, and it's got we've seen Michael Keaton as Vulture. I'm like, so what are we doing with this? Where does this fit in? I don't know. It'll be cool. I mean, and he does make a joke about Venom. I don't know if that's just supposed to be a joke or like what.
That's one of the things that confuses me. It's like, because I've seen that trailer, and he stares at that
He's
guy,
like,
and
"Who are you, man?"
he goes, I'm Venom. And he goes, no, I'm just kidding, I'm Michael Morbius. So he mentions,
Right.
he name drops Venom, but Michael
Right.
Keaton's Vulture character is in there, which is not from the same universe.
No. However, wait. No, that's DC. I'm sorry. I was like, Michael Keaton sounds like you can go to any universe anytime. Why are you trying to save this one? I'm like, oh yeah, because Barry Allen didn't want his mom to die. I'm sorry, wrong fucking universe. Damn it, Keaton. Maybe because someone said like, oh, I know which universe Tom Hardy's Venom exists in. I'm like, do you? And they went on. I've mentioned this before. I'm sure. Like they go on this whole. I kind of started skimming the story because I'm like, you're just bullshitting just for. Like when someone gives you a fucking recipe online, like they want to tell you about your whole fucking life story, your whole fucking family story before they tell you what the fuck it is. Like I don't care about your kids, Karen. Just tell me what the fucking how do I make this pot roast? Fuck. But I got kind of tired of just like scrolling, and eventually I saw. I'm like, is really your only solid theory that they said he's in? Fuck. They said that he was in Andrew Garfield's universe. Because it's Sony. I'm like, that doesn't mean... well, that's a Sony movie. His was a Sony movie. It wasn't really Marvel. I'm like, that doesn't mean that it necessarily exists in the same... Just because it's from the same company. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. I mean, like, we don't really know where he went back to. Like, when the whole thing happened. He got, strange things... I said strange. Strange things start happening when you start messing with multiverses. I don't know. Even though the Venom symbiote stayed, which is weird. That stayed in the Tom Holland universe, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't think that was the entire thing too. Like that might just been like a little snippet of that symbiote. So it probably still went back with him, but I don't know if that sets that up or not. That's really weird. I don't know. I guess I didn't look at what Spider-Man that was on that mural. You can't really see it. Just it's if you could maybe like tell by the suit or something, maybe who it was. I don't know. I guess since everybody forgot he was Peter Parker or forgot he was Spider-Man, I don't know if it really matters.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this more and more. Like I don't know. Where is this at?
I think the answer is behind the eye patch.
I can't see shit past it, so I don't that was my limited vision.
It's just endless darkness.
Yeah, it's just a lot of Venom symbiote. It's just dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Because a lot of it's going to depend on whether Sony re-ups with Marvel and Disney to keep Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the MCU. Because, I mean, we talked about it when the movie came out in No Way Home. The ending is very ambiguous.
Yeah.
It obviously puts him at that fork in the road where he could go either way. So either he could go one way and then just not be in the MCU anymore because nobody remembers who the hell Peter Parker is or even gives a shit because they just don't know. Or they could go another way where, Doctor Strange casts some other kind of spell and everybody knows who Peter Parker is again and then whatever. Or he fixes whatever he did wrong and only the people that Peter wants to know that he's Spider-Man know and blah, blah, blah. And you just write it in like that.
Or you could just kind of start from the ground up again. Like, you'd be like, okay, who are you? Like, what's this going on? But still make it kind of work. Not like just completely start over like we did before, but just... you have a clean slate to play with now, which I guess is kind of nice. I don't know that I'm still mad, and I know Frank agrees with me. That looked very much like the apartment that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had, and I'm like, man, damn it! If that Russian guy didn't come around the corner, like rent, like you had it right there. Come, I mean, we heard some guys say like, oh, rent's due the first of the month. I'm like, yep, that's not him though. Not him though. You're gonna cross lines and make J. Jonah Jameson still the same guy. You could at least given us the fucking,
Wouldn't
the
have killed
apartment.
you, honestly.
Right.
You could have paid the guy $10,000 to show up one time and be like, "Rent due a fourth of the month," and then just walk away. That's all you had to do.
Right. That's it. He's too busy hijacking Harrison Ford's planes, I guess. I
guess so.
Maybe.
But anyway, that seems like a good enough place to wrap everything up. A little bit of a shorter show than normal, but hey, we blew through the topics tonight. And again, it was a little bit of a light night. Most of the news right now surrounds sports. All kinds of free agency going on in baseball and football. So if you're a sports fan, that's kind of popping off right now. The entertainment stuff, marketing for the summer movie season is really starting to heat up. So there's a lot of trailers that are starting to drop. And here the next couple weeks, as we get into April and May, getting into the summer movie season, it's really going to start blowing up. There's going to be a whole lot of reviews coming this summer. It's going to be a busy couple of months for us, I think, from May all the way through until like August. There's going to be a whole lot of big movies to review, a whole lot of big movies to talk about. And here to do it with me will be the Dowager Countess Lady Cora. Lady Cora, where can the folks find you on the internet?
Nowhere except here. I'm
in the best place.
Where else does she need to be, after all?
I guess so. Like I said, you found the right place.
Jeremy, where can the folks at home find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, I'm also here. Thursdays and Tuesdays. Tuesdays for the building of the Lego Millennium Falcon, which, as I mentioned, is soon coming to a close because the release of the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game, that's a mouthful, is coming out on April 5th. So yeah, we're trucking along on this thing.
Can I make a suggestion?
What?
You could do a series of you dismantling it.
No.
No.
Bit by bit and redoing it.
Oh, I still never gave I never gave her those pictures of the they're Funkos. They're little kind of like Pops, but we opened them because we didn't have a choice because we have to. I opened one, okay?
You can dismantle the whole Falcon and redo it.
With the way this works, no, there's no way in hell there's some parts that wouldn't come apart.
Oh.
Like with the Technic pieces, I'm like, this shit's like locked in and it's not going anywhere.
That's okay then.
Okay. Anyway, so that's
I just wanted to throw throw you off. I don't.
You
I'm
can't
just
throw me.
making shit
Remember,
up.
I play
Actually,
Satan.
I can right now because you're off balance because you only have one eye.
Anyway,
You're a
I
little bit
play.
of a Humpty Dumpty there, sitting on the wall in your vest with your eye patch.
You know the worst part about that? Not only the fact that children's songs and nursery rhymes and whatnot are horrifying. They never said Humpty Dumpty was an egg. Let that roll around in your head for a bit.
True.
What else
They never
would he
said he was an
be?
egg. Could have been a fucking human. I don't know. Dude fell off the wall and fucking came apart. I don't know.
Could have been an
And it
alien.
had the. Yeah, we don't know. That's just how you. Anywho.
I'm not going down this rabbit hole with you. Something tells
Well,
me it's dark.
Well, it's pretty dark. I can't.
Tell your nurse Rachel to give you some sedatives later to put your mind to rest.
Oh, it's not like I haven't been sleeping the past 2 days. Like I said, seriously, this sucks. Yeah. So, like I said, that's gonna be a
You can put a
heavy.
nightlight on the inside of the eye patch if you're
No.
scared of the dark.
Don't worry about the dark.
Okay, I'll
That's
stop with
gonna be a heavy. I was gonna talk over the next thing you said. It's gonna be a heavy week that week. We got Morbius. Yeah. So I'm also here on Mondays. Just whenever this show drops, occasional Mondays, Tuesdays for this Lego build, and definitely Thursdays every week. Like I said, maybe not Tuesdays so much anymore after we finish this thing. We'll go over to my Twitch channel, which I believe should be in the description, but if it's not, go check that out. Get there ahead of time so that when we start playing the game, be there ready to go. We're gonna watch the movies, not on Twitch. We're gonna watch the movie behind the scenes, And fucking, this is gonna be a fun game to stream. And again, nothing I've seen about this it's all been good stuff. And also on Twitter. So whenever I mildly have something funny to say, or if I'm not plugging the show, or start plugging the Twitch as well, that's where I'm at.
As for me, you can find me here every Thursday talking about all the cool stuff going on in the world of entertainment and movies. Also, you can find me on Sundays talking about all the other crap going on in this crazy world around us over in the Derailed News and Podcast. That happens Sundays at 9. Actually, I think it's going to be Friday this coming week. We're going to be doing it Friday night. And then Sunday, I may be doing like a post-show thing Sunday. I haven't decided yet. But you can find me over there. And then, of course, find me doing random shit. Sometimes I pop in and do some short reviews. I am about halfway through watching all of the Oscar nominees for Best Picture right now. I'm hoping to get it done. And also, we're talking about kind of doing our own Oscar things after the Oscars pops off. Is it later this month or next month? I forget. But so keep an eye out for our personal Oscar awards that we're going to hand out to the movies that we liked over the course of last year.
No, Casey, we're not giving you the most awesome award.
No, Casey, we're not.
No.
You're not. Not going to happen. But until next time, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good shit. And we'll see you later. Adios.
See ya.
Bye. Watch Boondock Saints or